Alright everybody, and today I have another PC build guide for you just in case that $1,000 build wasn't doing it for you and you wanted a little bit more power. Today we have a $1,500 build. So I'm pretty excited about this one. It's a little bit under $1,500. Now again, it won't come with any software or any peripherals or anything like that. This is solely just the computer, and my build is going to be more of a performance, not so much looks or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, we have the price at about $1,481.86, which is just shy of $1,500. You got some mail-in rebates in there, which is pretty nice. Otherwise, base total would be a lot closer to $1,500. Let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the 6600K. And we're going to do another 6600K at 3.9 gigahertz. Yeah, it's not an i7. It's the same one we used for the $1,000 build, but the i7 isn't going to do that much more for the extra $100 that's going to cost. You guys, if you want an i7, you guys can always upgrade, but I would suggest using this 6600K because it's a really good processor, and you can always overclock and fiddle around with that to get a little bit extra performance out of it, but it's a really good bang for your buck processor that's not too expensive. Alright, and this is the CryoRig H7. Last time we used the C7, which is more of a smaller, a little bit more compact one, where this one looks a lot bigger because it is, where it's going to be able to push a lot more out to be able to keep that processor cool for some mild overclocking. And next up is the Gigabyte GA Z170X UD3 ATX motherboard. And here's the motherboard. Obviously it's LG 1151, which can work nice for us. And as you can see here, it has SLI support and Crossfire support. So if you want to do AMD cards or NVIDIA, you'll have that option there. You have dual M.2 slots, which is super nice if you want to do that. Now we're not going to have any in this build, but that doesn't mean you can't throw any in a little bit later on. It does offer a huge suite of USB ports, multiple USB 2s, VGA, DVI, USB Type-C, USB 3, HDMI, Ethernet, and a 7.1 surround sound system on this. That way if you want to use more of a surround sound for your sound system, you can, and it's there for you to use. And next up is the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gigs. Alright, and here's what the memory looks like. It's nothing too fancy, but it does look nice. It's DDR4 RAM, which is run at 300 megahertz, which is super fast. That's going to be really great for gaming. It's like 16 gigs, which is a little bit more than you need for gaming, but it's going to be also helpful for also editing or any sort of work to do there. Or it's really nice just to have 16 gigs just in case you're doing multiple things at once, or for later on, that way you won't have to upgrade later on. And it just looks really clean and nice. And again, we have the dual drive for this system as well, but we're gonna up the storage a little bit. So instead of a 250 gig drive, we're gonna use this Crucial MX300 525 gig SATA drive. It's still an SSD. You can get reads and writes up into the 500, so it's not the fastest thing out there, but it's 500 gigs for a little over $100. It's a really great deal, and 500 gig SSD is gonna be well enough for just your operating system, but more than that, you can put several games on here. That way you get that really quick load speeds as well. And then to go with that, we have the WD Blue 1TB SATA 7200 RPM, so it's a little bit faster than just a 5400 RPM drive, but it's still not going to be as fast as the SSD. And this is going to be more for the pictures, the movies, the rest of the games that maybe don't need that extra speed. If you have anything else, this would definitely get the job done. And you can always upgrade this to a 2TB or anything more that you would need. Or you can just stick with the 500 gig SSD as well. Alright, and next up is the ROG GeForce GTX 1080 Strix Edition, which comes with a boost clock of 1835 megahertz, which is just fantastic. It's the Strix Edition, which is just always great. It looks really nice. It has the ASUS Aurora Ready, so it's going to have some LEDs on it. It looks like a really, really nice card, and it's a 1080, so it's going to fly through any of the games you throw at 1440p, and some 4K games at a little bit of lower settings. Now this also comes with a free game, which is Gears of War 4, which is pretty cool. I'm not too much in the Gears of War series, but that's a $60 value that comes with it. And this one specifically is about $710, but you can find it as cheap as around $630 and everywhere in between. So if you don't really care about the game, you want it a little bit cheaper, then you can always shop around from Newegg to Amazon to SuperBiz to see where the cheapest option is. Now the thing that's going to be powering this whole rig is the EVGA Supernova 750 G2. It's 80 plus gold, it's 750 watts, which is more than enough for this, and it's fully modular, which is always nice to not use cables that you're not going to need, which clears up some cable clutter, and it's just going to be a really nice power supply for you. And then lastly is what it's going to be, all those parts are going to be housed in. And I chose the Corsair Carbide Clear 400C compact mid-tower case. It's a really nice looking case. It has a sort of modular basement where you hide your drives, where you can hide your power supply and everything. It's really nice. Has this really nice acrylic side panel that you can easily open and even take off. That way you can easily show off your new computer, show off to your friends. And I know that this build doesn't have a whole bunch of fancy lights or some cable sleeves or anything like that, but this is purely a performance, which is going to fly by in terms of your video editing, photo editing, and especially playing games. And it's not going to be the best one out there, but I think this is the best combination of parts for around this price point. It's definitely going to give you enough storage, and everything is going to work really nice together. And of course, you can always go off the path a little bit. You can get a little bit of different of everything. Just make sure that all the parts are compatible when you do order them. And that's going to do it for this video today, guys. If you guys want to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to see more. If you like this thing that I'm doing with these PC builds, you want to let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I think I'm going to bring in a little bit cheaper than 1,000 and around 750 for more of a budget build, and then I'll also go down a little bit. But go ahead and stay tuned for those videos. That's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys like this video, and leave in the comments below what you think of my parts and what you would do differently. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.